This is the southern border, where the third world showed up and said, let me in. We're not asking them, what are you planning on doing here? And the president's just letting them in. Border agents are saying this is the worst day they've ever seen. Biden broke another record for daily crossings, and our agents are outnumbered 200 to 1 at Eagle Pass. It's like the Alamo. Are we being conquered? We'll find out. Why isn't the White House taking this seriously?
I take offense, and I think the president does too, in saying that we haven't taken this seriously.
The only action Joe Biden's taken on the border is taking offense. And let's give the Fox border drone an Emmy for technical achievement in a documentary, because without images like this, you wouldn't fully grasp the enormity of the problem. Texas politicians finally stepped up. I was asking what the delay was, and we found out the Texas legislature is only in session once every 2 years. So Governor Abbott got around to signing a bill that turns Texas cops into Border Patrol agents. Texas cops can now arrest and deport illegals. Binder says arresting and deporting illegals is dangerous, though.
This is an extreme law that will not and does not make the communities in Texas safer. It just doesn't.
That's right. The White House is now on the record saying opening the border is the only way to keep Texas safe. Is that how you stay safe at night? By keeping your doors wide open? Texas Democrats are accusing the governor of murder.
When you look at somebody like Greg Abbott, my governor, and his solution is to basically say, hey, we're going to kill people that are trying to come in. Like, that's not a solution.
Crockett, not related to Davy, must think Barack Obama's a serial killer because Obama deported more illegals than any other president. They called him the deporter-in-chief, and liberals and Hispanics loved him. But this doesn't have anything to do with safety. Democrats want to turn Texas blue. If Texas turns blue, there'll never be another Republican president again. That's why they want the migrants to stay in Texas and have families. When Abbott sends them to Chicago, that doesn't do the Democrats any good. Here's the Chicago mayor, America's crybaby.
A governor, an elected official in the state of Texas that is placing families on buses without shoes, cold, wet, tired, hungry, afraid, traumatized, and then they come to the city of Chicago. The governor of Texas needs to take a look in the mirror of the chaos that he is causing for this country. This is not just a Chicago dynamic. He is attacking our country.
4 million migrants walking into Texas is humane, but 10,000 migrants bused to Chicago is an attack on our country. Okay? I thought Texas was a part of our country. Democrats don't really see Texas as a state. They see it more as a backwater that just mops up migrants and turns blue in 10 years. That's how Texas earns their star on the flag. Chicago has 2.5 million people. What's a few buses to a sanctuary city? Eagle Pass has a population of 30,000, and they just took in 10,000 migrants. Biden's now doing what Jussie Smollett couldn't. He's turning Chicago into MAGA country. Listen.
I'm a native to Chicago. I was born and raised here. I'm not for the sanctuary city. And the reason why I'm not for the sanctuary city is because people have waited years to come in here legally, not just transported on these buses, dropped off in our neighborhoods, raise of crime, almost got hit several times just making it down here today. And this is ludicrous. There should not be two sets of laws.
Polls now show a large majority of Americans now identifying as Stephen Miller. 80% of you say the border is a crisis. 2/3 of you want to deport the illegals. Over half say finish the wall. And even more say send troops. And Joe Biden's approval on the border is at 26%. When there's an obvious reason why politicians don't want the people to have their voices heard, follow the money. Because not only do the donors, the bankers, the growers, and the sex industry want the borders open for obvious reasons, Biden's close associates are making money keeping the migrant kids in cages. That's right. One of Biden's main guys on his transition team received $600 million to build a migrant kid compound. You see what they're doing, don't you? Biden just privatized ICE. He's sending your money to his cronies like Andrew Lorenzen Strait to build foster homes for the migrant kids he let in. And then they disappear into the hands of family friends and foster parents. Biden supporters are making money off open borders. These migrants are just products that you're paying Biden cronies to house and traffic. And if you try to stop it at the source, you're threatening their money.
He'll be known from now on as Crooked Joe Biden.